Yo, what's up guys? Nemesis here, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a replay video, but this is also just going to be a guide video on how to beat some of the harder matchups as a Pekka bridge spam player. And I'm also level 13, because this is my mini account and I'm level 13 and I'm beating these really hard matchups. So I had to kind of play out of my mind to beat them. And I'm just going to go ahead and show the first game right here. I'm going to show like 3 games. And it's against this guy. You see him, he's like a top 1000 player. Pretty good player. And he has a hard counter against me and I'm level 13. So I'm going to show you how to take care of some of these harder matchups. And this is Pekka Minions Poison variation, so like very classic. And like I said, I think I'm just going to show 3 games. And yeah, so he's gonna go for lava in the back and the tombstone as well. So basically what I'm looking for in this matchup is to be aggressive while defending at the same time. That's literally what you gotta do. So defend while play aggressively. I'm just gonna go for the ghost on the archer because I don't want it to get like shots on my tower and stuff like that. He goes for a Valkyrie. So I go for a Pekka to protect my Ewiz from any damage, but it's also going to kill the Valkyrie at the same time, so it's going to give me some good value here. He goes for a Fireball, which is a good Fireball, so with that being said, I kind of just spam him knowing that he doesn't have that much Elixir. This is when he revealed arrows too, so I was like, okay, how am I supposed to beat this? Because this is hard counter. He has arrows for my minions, and with that being said, I only have my Electro Wizard for his balloon pushes, so it's kind of hard. But that's what I was telling you. You gotta like be super aggressive to force him to play a lot of Elixir so he can't make a push as well. So I go for a Battle Ram in the back. He goes for Archer Split. And I think right here I preemptively poison because I know he's gonna have to play something. So yeah, he's gonna have to play a Tombstone or a Valkyrie, whatever he had, because obviously he's not just gonna let a Battle Ram connect to his tower. So I knew he's gonna play something. That's why I just did like a prediction poison pretty much. I go for a ghost just to kind of force some Elixir out. And I think right here I play a Bandit. And this part is actually like extremely important what I'm about to do. So like I go for an Electro Wizard. To be fair, that was kind of like the only play I could have done, but I would have done it anyway if I had a different hand. He goes for a Fireball, right? So with that being said, he still needs to defend the left lane. He goes for archers. I go for minions in the back, and look at what I'm doing. I'm quickly trying to cycle back to my next set of air cards. So I go for a Zap, and now I'm already back to another Electro Wizard. And I'm going to pressure up right now so he can't use his Fireball on the offense. And look, he has no Elixir for the Fireball anymore, so I could get a really good defense on top of the Lava Loon push right there. And yeah, that's basically what you gotta do. You gotta keep up with the cycle. Just keep trying to cycle back to your, your air cards, like the Ewiz and the minions. And at this point in time, I got a really good lead on him. I'm gonna cycle my Electro Wizard right now because he just used Fireball. And I think I go for Pekka here? Yeah, I go for Pekka here because he didn't have Tombstone in rotation. So this is gonna shred the Valkyrie if he plays it. I think I go for Poison just to cycle. I go for a Ghost because he has an awkward hand. And at this point, it's just me playing super aggressively. Like, there's really nothing else to it. I don't want him to make any more Lava Loon pushes. I think right here I go for a Battle Ram because I thought he was going to go for a Lava Hound because he was waiting quite a bit. But he just spent 8 Elixir, with that being the Inferno Dragon and the Valkyrie, and that gets a connection on the tower. And that is how I took care of that matchup. And I was BMing a little bit because, hard matchup, Let's go for the next game. Okay, so this is the next game. It's against Golem Pump, and he also has arrows, which is so weird, Everyone is just running arrows, bro, like I swear. But this guy has, like I said, the Golem Pump, and personally, Golem Pump is actually pretty hard for Pekka in my opinion, because you either have to poison the pump or poison the troops, and if you poison the pump, they can stack all their troops, but if you poison the troops, they can just stack pumps, and then like you just have a massive Elixir disadvantage. I think I go from Ewiz off to the side right here, just so I could snipe the Dark Prince and also hit the Electro Dragon as well. So yeah, I go for a zap just to cycle, you know. It's always pretty important in a lot of matchups when playing Pekka. You want to utilize your zap spell a lot. It's totally important to do that because zap is only 2 elixir and you could just cycle really effectively with it to like cycle back to your bridge spam cards and stuff like that to outcycle opponents. I go for another poison on the pump because, you know, I always like to poison the pumps a lot. And he still needs to respond to my ghost, right? So I think right here I go for okay. I think I go for Ewas in the middle. Yeah, like right there. He goes for arrows, which is totally fine. Like, it's nothing crazy. So I think right here, I think I battle ram just to force out some cards here. Yeah, he goes for an Electro Dragon. Always want to try to force out the E-Drag too, so they don't play it behind their Golem, because the Golem E-Drag push is what really stops you from defending well. So if they don't have an E-Drag in hand, that's when you can defend their push really easily. I go for another poison because he still needs to respond to this ghost. And I get the King activation right there because it's so important to also get King activation to defend these kind of Golem pushes. So yeah. He goes for a Dark Prince right there. I think I go for minions, right? Yeah, I go for minions right there. Okay, right here, I don't know. I think I could probably just Pekka, to be honest, but I'm not sure. I just go for Battle Ram just to secure the tower. And then this is how I like to defend these kind of pushes right here. So when they go for an E-Drag, like behind their, you know, their Golem like that, I always poison. But this was actually kind of useful to me because my tower shot the E-Drag 1, so I didn't need to use an E-Wiz on it. But let's say your tower doesn't shoot the Electro Dragon, you gotta poison, zap, and E-Wiz on top of the E-Drag to kill it, and then that should basically kill like everything. So that's how you defend those E-Drag pushes, is you poison, plus zap, plus E-Wiz. I know it's kind of expensive, but that's what you gotta do to kill an E-Drag, otherwise you're just gonna like lose your tower if you don't do that. So that's how I like to take care of that matchup. Let's go for the next game. Okay, so this is the final game I'm gonna share, and this guy has Giant Skeleton with, you know, the Zappies, Fisherman, Mother Witch deck with arrows in it. Oh my gosh, another ginormous hard counter. He goes for a Ghost in the back, so I just go for an Electro Wizard. And I believe right here I Pekka the bridge because I thought he was Pekka bridge spam, so maybe I could have starting handed him or something like that. But he played a Flying Machine. By the way, before I even like discuss my thought process, the way you want to play this matchup is if you have at least like a 3.5 or a 4 or more elixir advantage, that's when you want to Pekka the back. Or if they Giant Skeleton the back, then you Pekka the same lane, and then you single lane push in this matchup. That's the important part, because if you don't single lane push, his Fishermans and his Zappies get a ton of value. So you gotta play this matchup as if you're playing Royal Recruits. You got to basically just single lane pressure and overwhelm one lane. And if that method doesn't work, you gotta basically win in single elixir by spamming him like crazy. Like, you gotta outcycle all his defensive cards really, really fast in single elixir. If they don't Giant Skeleton and you don't Pekka. So this is what I'm talking about. I think I go for a Battle Ram here. And he doesn't really have the greatest answers. He's got a Fisherman, but check this out. I'm gonna get a really nice zap right there. And that's basically gonna solidify the game right then and there. So yeah, you can either play hyper aggressive in single elixir by outcycling his good cards to defend you, or you can play Pekkas in the back if you have a big elixir advantage, or if they Giant Skeleton in the back. That's literally it. And then if you make the Pekka pushes, single lane pressure, and just poison everything because they have to stack anyway. So let's see. I think I go for a Pekka here because I kind of recognize that was pretty aggressive Ghost. And he goes for Royal Hogs opposite lane. I just go for a Ghost plus an Electro Wizard, totally fine. Those pigs are still getting a ton of damage, which is crazy. He goes for Zappies, which is totally fine. Yeah, just take a poison right there because it's a good poison. It's gonna tick his tower down a little bit. And look at the E-Wiz. I didn't even know the E-Wiz took the tower right there. I thought I was gonna have to poison again, but I kind of forgot. Let's see here. I think right here is just a waiting game. It's literally just a waiting game. I think yeah, go for minions, go for Ewiz, because I know he's a prediction arrows. Or not prediction arrows, but arrows me in general. And I kind of missed the timing on the bandit as well, which is kind of scary. But yeah, look at my towers. They're both pretty hurt. But I walked away with a W against a hard counter as a level 13. And those are my tips to take care of some of these hard matchups. I hope this video was helpful. I'll do more in the future. So thank you guys so much for watching.